So Jamie, what happened? How did this guy end up here?
Well, this guy, we've been talking about having you.
Yeah.
And
I've been jealous of everybody else you had on.
Yeah,
the show
and I think you like DM'd when Emily was on maybe, and you're like,
angry.
what about me?
That pushed me over the edge.
I was like, well, when are you in LA? And he's like, right now. And there we go. I was like, come on Thursday.
I've been following you. I was like, this will be the one.
You knew.
I knew.
You knew. You didn't give me any prep though.
Not at all. Not at all.
You didn't tell me you were coming.
I literally DM'd her the second that I saw Emily post that. And I was like, why am I not on the show?
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe you should start following Pajama Pants. You know what was going on.
True.
I'm just saying, if you were real,
I'd get updates.
But you maybe didn't know you were going to have the time because you're supposed to be shooting a movie.
I was supposed to be shooting a movie.
The people who don't know, they get very mad at us because we don't.
Where's the camera, by the way? Because that's all.
Over here.
You do not have to play for the camera.
You've been in this industry long enough. You know where they are. You clocked it right when you're like, is this the D1000?
That is true.
Yeah.
It's a D1000.
That's what he said. He's like,
no,
I said, Jon Snow.
I didn't say. I said, is this 4K or 6K?
What the hell?
You said something else after
that. So,
that.
basically, if
wait, hold on. People get very mad at us when we don't say who the guest is.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
We have to say who the guest. People get crazy
for
about
those people that have never seen Sopranos, because we have a lot of listeners that haven't. This is Will Janowitz, the one and only. He played Meadows' boyfriend Finn for 2 seasons? 3 seasons?
No, for like
4 seasons.
3, I think.
3 seasons.
4,
Why?
5,
I said
6.
3 and you went
no. Sorry. I thought I said 2. You said 2.
2. I said 2 or 3?
Yeah.
And
3.
then you said no, so I said 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever, a couple of seasons.
He was a regular on the show. You just don't remember him.
He was, yes. And we had a blast. We had so much fun. And he's here with us.
Hi.
That's who that is.
Now that all the nerds out there know who, it's like we have people in here who are our friends.
No, it'll be that there's a lot of trolls. People like to troll Finn. My character's name was Finn.
No, but I just mean like when we just have our friends on here, and if people want to listen, they can listen. But people are like, I didn't know who that was until 20 minutes into the podcast when we have a guest on. It's like, why does it matter who?
No.
Why does it matter who it is?
No.
Trust your Pajama Pants host.
We're not just bringing riffraff in here.
When you put it on, it's on YouTube also, right?
Yeah.
When you put it on there, plug for YouTube. Do you
like and subscribe?
No free.
I'm going to be playing to the cameras all day. Do they?
You can take
they say who the guest is, right? Like in a little tag.
Usually.
Oh, it's everything. The
Gabby
name
comes
is
up with a
there.
clever title.
Yeah, we have the Instagram. It's very clear, but people are just like, hey, I need to know who the guest was.
What am I looking
Isn't
at?
it crazy that all of our listeners talk like that from like their prohibition era?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. What number?
Who's on today?
No, you guys are literally like you made Sopranos fun for me because I don't think I was like it was my second professional job.
Was it really?
Yeah.
What was your first?
Law and Order with Jerry Orbach.
I've never done a Law and Order, and I feel like a very underaccomplished person.
I will say, because like I was super nervous for that one, but I played like a guy who was his roommate was dead. My roommate was dead.
Okay.
They thought it was me, and they were grilling me hard. And they're like, clearly, Jerry Orbach.
Well, you came out the gates on your first job.
Oh, yeah. You're going to play a drug addict's best friend, and they find weed in the room, but that's like the worst thing. And then and I was supposed to be really nervous, but Jerry Orbach was so fucking nice. And he donated his eyes to like somebody. That was his thing. You know when they say donor shit on your ID? He gave his eyes. You can give your eyes.
I think I wrote everything.
Really?
I think I checked everything.
Isn't it weird that we don't want to do that?
Yes, I think it's weird. What do you think?
I didn't do it. I didn't want to donate anything.
It's not too late.
No, I know. I'm so into that shit. I'm into the weirdest shit, like cryogenics.
We love weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you guys want to freeze yourselves?
No.
No, me neither.
No. This is just a vessel for my soul.
Yeah.
I'm done with it when my soul moves on.
But if you were gonna give something, if you die in a terrible car accident or whatever,
Thanks.
and you want to,
things aren't bad enough right now.
right? Or
Anything else?
COVID's not fun.
Yeah.
What would you want to give?
Wow. I don't really have. Can you?
Your eyes are beautiful.
Can you give charm?
Yeah.
Because
humor.
Charm.
No. Yeah, my eyes maybe is probably my only good. That's what I got going for me.
You got a sweet little nose
His
too.
hair.
I can't give height. See, that was Jamie upping herself because she cut my hair. So that was her being like,
did?
oh.
I cut it
How did you
very
do it?
long ago. You have well grown out of my terrible hair.
But how did you do it? Like, how did
terribly.
you wing
It's
it?
on Instagram somewhere.
But it looks, because I couldn't find like a normal haircut. It's always like, I don't know, crazy stuff.
What do you mean?
Like the shit that the guys are doing these days. It's not that's like a kind of normal haircut,
Yeah, well, I did this myself in the mirror in the bathroom.
You did a great job.
You could be able to tell. There's probably like patches in the back.
No, the back looks good too. Were you like this? Like,
well, then that's
pulling,
what I would
cutting.
That's what I would give when I die.
Hair.
I'd give myself hair cutting skills.
Yeah.
Can you donate that?
You've made it like metaphysical.
No, I put that on the back of my ID. It says it. Donor.
Haircuts.
Yeah, hair cutting skills, not other people.
They're like, this guy.
It's like a resume, when you're like special skills.
Oh,
remember it used to be like, remember when you were a kid and you would audition and you'd have your credits, skills. Your special skills. Mine was like rollerblading.
Yeah.
Toe, like ballet toe,
Yes.
like or point, like I don't know, like random shit. Singing.
See, I had the most
juggling.
I had the most embarrassing one ever. I had one worse. Dodgeball. I swear to God, if you look at my resume from when I got Sopranos.
Rob, I'm going through your special skills.
Special skill.
And
what do you mean? You can nail people with a ball?
I was good at dodgeball, and I was 200 pounds, so it was like a very proud thing.
You weren't that fat.
Swear, I was 200 pounds. For the pilot of Sopranos, I was 200 pounds.
You were not 200
dude,
pounds.
are you fat shaming right now? We don't put up with stuff like that here on Pajama Pants.
I'm definitely not fat shaming. Oh, you got that camera. I didn't notice that one.
Are you fat shaming?
That one's mine.
Not fat. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not fat shaming at all. I'm not fat shaming at all. I think your numbers are off. It'd be like
I'm
me
telling
saying.
You now, I had a chart. I remember exactly.
It'd be like me saying when my first episode of Sopranos was I was 6'5".
You were 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I was 6'5".
No. I'm telling
I'd be
you,
like, you're a liar.
I had a chart.
What was your first episode?
I had a chart at the hospital.
I'll tell you in a second.
And I remember the number was 198 pounds, and I was like, "That's it. I got."
Were you embarrassed about being fat?
No, not until the girls. Like I started wanting to date girls. Then I was like, "Oh," because it happened very fast. I was a skinny kid. My grandma passed away.
The show
and
just got dope, by the way. We're into something very special.
This is
dodgeball and me being fat.
Do you listen to the show?
Of course.
Yeah, this is all of it. This is all we talk about. How fat I used to be.
His laugh is the best.
Yeah, and I remember 198 pounds. And you could look in the pilot, dude. I'm huge.
I know you were big, but it was mostly in your face. Also,
oh yeah, because that works. That happens.
Also,
people who have huge fat faces and skinny bodies.
But also, you were not. You were how tall?
I was like 5'1".
You weren't 200 pounds.
He was 12.
I love when people tell me things about me. It's the most amazing quality that other people have. You should donate that when you die.
I will.
Yeah, I tell people about them.
Yes, hate that quality.
I mean, my dad. To be totally honest, like I've never been fat, but my dad used to. Like I got chubby. I got chunky.
Like skinny fat?
No, yeah. I got chunky in like when I was between like probably 8 and like 12. And my mom like took me to the doctor, and they were like, "You got it. Will drinks a lot of whole milk. Like you should go to Skim." And I became obsessed with Skim milk, and I would just drink.
Did you drink Skim Plus? Because
no, regular, out of the carton.
That's out of a carton. Skim
no,
Plus?
I don't know what that is. What is Skim Plus?
Skim Plus just came in the air. No carton.
It's a brand of skim milk.
It's like a little
only
thicker?
East Coast. Yeah,
Yes,
thicker.
I've seen that.
Okay.
I was straight water skim. And I would drink the shit out of water skim. And
wow, such a milk guy.
But he was like, I was a big French fry guy. So, but my dad like never, my dad came from the era of like, just you tell them they're fat, like a little fat. And I have a condition now.
Oh,
like
really?
I still think, yeah.
And you were so skinny when I met you.
I was legit probably anorexic.
Oh no.
Not like suffering, but I had my own neuroses about
eating.
Yeah, and especially on that show, I remember running into Adrian Grenier, who you know.
That's right. I remember you guys were
And
friends.
Adrian he goes like, we were at a party or something, and he's like, wow. He's like, you got that TV body. And I was like, what? Adrian says weird shit.
He said TB.
TB, you got tuberculosis.
Yeah.
No, he was like, you got that TV body right now. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you look like you're on TV. And so he like knew.
This was post Sopranos?
No, it was like probably around the same time.
Post Law and Order.
post Law and Order while I was on The Sopranos. Do I need to start giving context about where we are timeline?
Hey, dude, this is
I
an
just
open...
like them. I just like them.
You like
They're
the timeline
for me. Like,
oh, good.
I like to.
So this is post Law and Order, one episode. We're now on Sopranos.
Jerry donated his eyes.
I think Jerry's still alive at this point. Could I get a water? Is there water?
Oh, here he goes.
No, I'm just
the
getting
first
parched.
guest to
I know I'm going to be going for a
This is why
while.
I love
cow.
Will so much. So if you can understand, like the 2.5, 3 seasons that he was on Sopranos, all I did was laugh like this.
By the way,
all
I
I did
have
was
some.
laugh.
I have some questions for you guys.
He would just
I've
bark
wanted
orders.
to ask for a really long time.
Oh,
okay.
God.
So one, let's start with this. My nose is sweating.
Great.
My first question is: remember the night we all went out?
I can tell you right now, no.
Yeah, no, you're not going to. Okay. Remember the old Homestead night that we
Yes.
couldn't stop
Yeah.
laughing?
Oh, I know that whole
Okay.
night. I know. I
Yes.
remember that whole night.
Great. Okay,
every
perfect.
part of
So,
it. I always remember everything.
I don't know if I asked you guys this ever. We went out and partied after the night because I couldn't get my line straight. Jim was like getting hot. Thank you so much. and Jim was really like sweaty, and it was fucking. There were no ACs. It was summer.
I remember.
And
we filmed at Old Homestead. Yes.
It was a night that I'm like paying for the tab, and he gets mad.
I don't remember.
Okay.
This.
Whatever.
We don't know plot.
You weren't on the show.
I remember we did a scene with Annette Bening.
Dude, that was a lot of water you just drank. You must have been parched.
No, it wasn't. That's a sip.
It's sarcastic.
That's a Will sip.
Yeah. So skinny.
I'm like,
He takes 4 more sips and it's done.
That's going to last until next Christmas, that water.
oh, I drink so much water.
Clearly.
I had one of the longest pees of my life. Like
Congrats.
in A League of Their Own, Crystal is always like, that was in A League of Your Own. Like, I'll go wake up at 3 a.m. I peed so long one time that I got scared. I was like, I can't stop. I can't stop. It was just going and going and going. I was like, there's like all my water's leaving me. It was amazing.
This is it.
Okay, we're at the Old Homestead.
Old Homestead. Jim is like, we're having so much fun. I'm laughing because the line is, you're like going to summer camp or some shit. And I'm like, hey man, like I did summer camp once. You can still have fun. And I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
It started getting homoerotic. Like that's all I could think about. And then we all started laughing. And Jim was like, you laugh one more time. I'm going to reach over and I'm going to like pull your nose off your face or something very serious. And I was like, oh, okay, got to get it. You do it. And then I fucked up the takes like 40 more times. Also, when
we got the giggles, we got
Oh,
the
it was the
giggles.
most fun. I was like, I mean, not to get like all nostalgic, but like you guys, your perspective of being on that show must be so much different than mine because it was your formative years. You know, I can't even begin to understand your perspective, but for me, it was just cool because you guys were so kind to me and like gracious about letting me in and treating me like family, which was like, I was like, man, and I work on shows now and I'm like, there was something different about that time period, that show, and you guys.
It was us.
Yeah, it was you. Mm-hmm. It was you.
Only us.
But so that night, cut to, we're done with the shooting, and Jim's like, we're going out.
Well, let me tell you what happened.
Oh, you know more?
I know all.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So
I have a very specific question about the end of nights, but go on.
Okay, so I was bummed out on set because we were taking a very long time, and I was supposed to go to P. Diddy had a party.
Yes, this is making sense.
Yeah, and it was at this place called Show, and we are gonna go. And he's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, it was like.
Were you like embarrassed to tell him?
11 o'clock at night. Oh, at the time I thought going to P. Diddy's party was the
very
coolest thing.
important,
So
right.
I was like, all right. He's like, what's wrong with you? Because I was always happy, and he to tell him not. And I'm like, and also we'd been eating steak probably like
over and
all
over
day.
again.
Yeah. And I'm like, I was supposed to go to P. Diddy's party and this, and he's like, okay, how about this? He goes, when we're done, I'll get. And Jim didn't do that. Like he would love to go to like a dive bar, but would never want to go to a club. So he goes, when we're done, I'll get us a limo and we'll all go to P. Diddy's party. And I just literally was like, yeah, okay. We went in and did the shot. We came out and there was a limo there.
Yes.
Did I go?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
And I was like,
It was literally...
Is this the night we went to Suede too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was literally us and Jim.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
well,
I
here's...
feel-
And I wore somebody's motorcycle helmet. Was it Jim's friend? Do you remember I had
Maybe.
someone's
I don't
motorcycle
remember
helmet
that.
on in the club? Okay.
I
So
don't remember that.
I said,
Sorry.
that was the highlight of my life. I remember I said to Jim, I was like, yeah, okay. And then the limo was out there and he's like, that's our limo. And I was like, no, it's not. Because we were in an area where like there might be a limo anyway. And I was like, no. We wrap. He like opens the door, limo gets in. He's like, he's like, who wants to come? And literally the guy, Paul, who did the boom, like put the boom in the thing. He was like, I'll go. Like people just started coming into the limo. So I get the text. It's
That's
like,
who it was.
The fire marshals just shut down Diddy's party. So I'm like, fuck. So I go, I'll hit up our friend Eitan and I go, we're going to go to Suede instead. And then fucking, of course, your asshole husband at the time was like, I'll handle this, you know, like Mr. I'll fucking do everything. And I was like, chill out, dude. And so
was he with us?
I think he met us there.
Okay.
We all get in the limo, go
Nobody
to Suede.
ever remembers.
We go to Suede. And then whatever you want to say from there.
We piece it all together.
Whatever you want to go from there. But that's how we got to Suede.
100%. Yeah, that's amazing. So then I forgot about the limo, but I knew I thought we walked there. That would have been insane.
No.
We walked to the limo.
Yeah.
So we get there. We get a table. And I also like probably had been to a club. I hadn't been to a club since high school. So it was like just fun. And yeah, I don't think I went. Like I used to go to
club guy.
I wasn't a club guy. Yeah. What were the other big clubs back then? There was the other one that Marquee. Yeah. So we get a table. People are definitely like, you know, oh shit, blah, 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 blah. We quickly get a table. I didn't know how small. That place was small.
Yeah, tiny.
Get a little table in the corner. Some drunk girl, I don't know if you guys remember.
I remember.
Cleared the table.
She comes over. She's on my right.
She was dancing on it.
Yes. No.
She got up to dance all sexy and fell.
No. Oh. I know what it was. It was You're having a different. This is my understanding.
You do your version. You're the guest.
And then I want to hear yours. I'm already being the rudest guest you've ever had.
You're the best.
Definitely.
Later, Cass. Oh, by the way, Kassem's not here.
Now they just think that I'm the guy.
That's not Kassem.
Yeah, this is not Kassem. We can't talk about Jamie's project so much and why she hasn't been here, but we can talk about Kassem's. He's doing season 2 of Indian Matchmaker on Netflix.
Yep.
So we're really proud of him.
Sounds like you just made that up.
I did.
And thankfully, quickly, before Will finishes this story, we just want to thank our sponsors, our OG sponsors have been with us forever, Braddock USA. We still have to wear these masks, guys. It is important. Our friends over at Braddock have solved the case of daily face covers and scarves, making them comfortable, breathable, affordable, reusable, made from premium upcycled t-shirt and jersey material. They are the best super soft, eco-friendly face covers and masks on the market, made right here in the US of A, in Los Angeles, handmade. They protect our community and our fellow citizens, making sure we are safe. So now, look at Will. When you go check out their website at BraddockUSA.com, you'll see that they already have great prices, but for a limited time, they're offering an additional 20% off with promo code PJ Again, that's 20% off your entire order with promo code PJPants at BraddockUSA.com, BraddockUSA.com with promo code
PJPants.
Thank you.
And now
PJ.
And now back to your regular scheduled programming.
Yeah. So who was not
here
wearing
we
a mask?
are.
We're
back. We've walked into Sway. We've got a table. By the way, for context, Sway's the hottest club in New York City.
Suede.
And it's called Suede.
Yeah. There was a Sway, by the way, across the street from the Ear Inn, if you remember.
Sure.
Suede is the hottest club. Hard to get into.
Tiny.
Wait on hours online.
Yeah.
We're walking in. Nothing. Like it's nothing. Get the table in the corner. A girl, so in my story, the girl walks up, she's chatting me up, and she's just being like kind of fun, like, what are you guys doing? Like clearly knew who you guys were. And she's like, what are you guys doing? Like music's so loud. And we're like, we just got done shooting, drinking drinks. She is dancing. Table's really low. She's dancing really close to the table. She reaches out to grab the bottle of vodka or whatever they give you, when you get bottle service.
We got 2 bottles of Kettle One, I remember exactly.
She slips because she's in high heels, knocks the entire everything off the table. She's literally like swimming like a fish. You guys, I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? I look up, you're gone. You've already gotten another table set up over there. And you're like, you're both, all of you are laughing. And you're like, come on over. And I'm like, hey, this never happens to me. I gotta go.
I left the girl.
You all fucking left.
Hey, listen, Jamie, we were on a big TV show at the time.
I actually feel like Jim was pissed. Am I remembering that correctly?
Oh, no, I think he thought...
He thought it was annoying.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, he thought the whole thing was annoying. He hated clubs. He didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Like
I danced with him on the dance floor, I remember.
Oh, we had the best time. But here's what I remember.
Me all over the place.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's what I remember. The girl fell onto the table, and it could have been all right. Like, a couple of things fell, like the cranberry juice fell in like a glass, but then when she tried to get up, it was like she spazzed so much because she was so embarrassed that made everything just go everywhere, and it was like, all right.
Do you think she remembers?
Yes.
We gotta get her.
Remember.
Can we call her? Like, if we could have her call in.
You gotta find
her. Are you out there?
Yeah.
Table clearing girl.
There's only like 7 billion
Drunk
people
girl.
out there. We could find her.
We still like you, and we'd like to talk to you.
I'm sorry for leaving you. That was not okay. I asked for forgiveness.
We could narrow down the search right now. Hey, if you were ever drunk in New York City,
at Suede,
and we went out to a club
and met the Subcasas, or
in the summer of 2000 something,
probably 2004. Yeah. Wow. Really?
Ish.
2004. Wow.
Maybe. Then we weren't at Suede because I might be a little underage. But we'll say it was 2006.
Okay.
Just for...
I wasn't married then, though.
For our friends. Well, Jamie...
I wasn't married then, though.
Wait, so back to The Sopranos. What was your first scene?
Wait, can I ask? Should we go back to my big final question?
What
the
was
one that
it?
I had that you guys only would be able to interpret. We could also follow it up. We can
do it.
So, this
is great.
End of that night.
Really smooth episode.
Let's timeline.
Well, I'm ADD, and that's what you get.
We all.
So, end of the night, I didn't stay out that late. I was like, hey guys, this was like the best time of my life. Thank you so much. Literally, I go up to Jim, who's at the bar. Mm-hmm. He's like, taking up space, getting something. And I said, hey, Jim, I just wanted to say thank you. Like, it means a lot that you guys invited me to be with you. Like, it's just really super fun, and I appreciate it. And he turns around, and he put his arm around me, and he goes, hey, you're really talented. And I like you a lot. He goes, but you gotta quit it with that fan shit. and that's so me. I didn't know what that meant. So I went home that night in a cab, being like, was he talking about the girl? Was he talking about the little fans we use to dry our skin? I literally, and I'm like,
to dry our skin.
Well, because he would use them, and then I use them all the time because I'm the sweatiest Jewy.
You gotta cut it with the fan.
Yeah. What do you think he meant?
He in that, I think he could have come across when you said that of like, thank you for including me, as if you shouldn't have been included. Like, you were somebody, like, you're a fan and we'll let you into our world. Like, meaning, like, you're an equal man.
Oh, my God.
That's what he meant. Like, you're not a fucking fan of the show. You're on the show. You deserve it. You're talented. Why wouldn't we invite you? I think that's what he meant. Would you not agree?
I mean, I'm just kind of embarrassed for him because he's been thinking about it for 16 years, and you were like, this is exactly what he meant. And I'm like, yeah, stupid.
That's amazing.
Wow, I'm so happy to tie up this loose ribbon in your life.
Wow.
That's amazing. But that's also Pajama pants.
I would like a
rainbow.
Some kind of animation off my hand right now, Gabby.
You guys don't do that a lot.
Animations.
Oh, don't act like you watch.
I do.
We do a ton of animations, dude. That's our animator.
So many.
Back there laughing.
But that's cool. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. I thought it was the fan. Like, no. Quit it with.
Wow.
Don't ask for fans on set. You're a prima donna. That's what I thought. I asked for fans. You don't ask for fans.
By the way, it's prima donna.
Prima donna.
Will, what was your first episode on? Where was your first scene that you shot?
First scene I shot.
Was it all of us in the apartment?
Yep.
That was the 3-day fucking long dinner scene.
Where my friend...
Do you remember what we talked about, the book, Billy Budd?
Billy Budd.
We literally shot the same scene for 3 days.
And it was James Heyman directing.
Who?
What?
Yep. I know
Who's
you guys.
Who's that?
Right now, he's just like... Oh, damn! James Heyman. He also...
won an Emmy.
He probably did.
Not.
He also did... I'm like moving way too close.
You need to get close to the mic. Closer.
This is the Joe. I do watch Joe Rogan a lot, as pretty much Pajama Pants and Joe Rogan, and he's always he's doing this like all the time, constantly, just like. Do you ever watch that? So weird. He's just like, and you're like, you don't. Why are you doing that? These should be shaped like vaginas and penises also. I think it'd just be funny.
Gabby, you might be Gabby's favorite guest.
Gabby, Gabby, we can do our own podcast because they're not feeling it. It's fine.
By the way, she's single, doesn't mind being a mistress, she said.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're married, right? She doesn't mind. That whole
This
thing.
is so terrible.
Yeah, COVID.
Dog looks like a gargoyle. He's little catch.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were talking about.
Oh, that's why you got to watch this thing on YouTube. That was such a great moment right
James,
there.
yeah.
Now I see why you two matched up in the,
That's
the
right.
show.
Oh my God.
James
we had the
Heyman
best
is
time.
a guy. He did like Joan of Arcadia. I remember looking him up, being like, "Who's my director?" My director.
And there was a girl, another
God, you
kid,
and Gabby are
and another
fucking
girl.
peas in a pod.
Alexa Palladino. Do you
Yes.
remember her? Who's a great
course.
actress.
Alexa?
Great actress. She was on Boardwalk Empire, and my friend Evan. And so when I auditioned for the role of Finn,
He did it well.
we both, we flip-flop.
Got it.
And so Evan gets the shittier role of the friend, and Evan had a really hard time saying this one line.
Yes.
And we were there
Oh
for
my God.
probably
No, we're not exaggerating.
3 hours. He left. You left.
Edie and I I remember her and I had cups of candy under the table because we literally couldn't deal with like filming the scene anymore. And I remember Jim like grabbed both our wrists and was like, "Stop.
Oh my
Like
God.
you guys are disgusting." We had like a cup full of just chocolate.
You guys were always so fucking like I don't know. I didn't even see. I guess I did, but I chalked it up to just Jim being like he's a star of the show. He's in it like so much. He would get frustrated, but it was it was always
Rightfully
funny,
so.
and it was just like
Yes.
he didn't lose it in front of. I'm
Never.
sure he lost it to somebody, but we didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Yeah. No, he was... the amount that people don't realize, like... Okay, so he has to work, what, a 16, 18-hour day, which then you're like, okay, that sucks, but he's acting, so it's all right. But the thing to me that makes it crazy is, okay, you're wrapped, and you think, like, now you can go home and go to sleep.
No,
It's like, no.
no.
You have to learn everything for your 16-hour day
The next.
the next day, which is fucking crazy.
And on top of that, just because you've all experienced it, like, you're so amped up that like
Yeah.
I would want to drink. I wanted to drink in it or anything to calm down, like to chill out.
Do you remember our one scene
Which one?
where we were supposed to be stoned?
Oh, should we talk about
Yeah,
it finally?
we should
We
talk
could
about
talk
it.
about
We
it.
should talk
Do you
about
know
it.
this story?
I think we should save it.
Well, because I'm the host now, it doesn't matter. BTW, I'm the host of Pajama Pants now. So Jamie,
We just did the 20-year anniversary of Sopranos 2 years ago. You're like, you think it's okay if we talk about that?
True.
that scene we did
No,
where we
but
got stoned?
we could have
this
been
is-
arrested.
It was illegal.
Whoa.
It was illegal.
We had a scene where Meadow and Finn were smoking a joint and like we're having.
We had just had sex.
Oh, sorry, postcoital.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joint, and
Because we were on a blow-up bed
we were
in
on the
house.
floor. Yeah, and someone in the crew was like, "I have weed. Do you want to get a little stoned?"
By the way, I wasn't privy to this.
Right.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I barely have any lines. And I like maybe had smoked weed like 2 or 3 times in my life before
Oh
that.
my God.
So I was like, okay. I took like one hit, was like definitely a little stoned. And I texted you or got in touch with you somehow to come to my trailer,
No,
right?
you can't. So.
What'd I do?
So, no,
I
was.
have a terrible memory.
Oh,
No,
he
it's
thought he
pretty
was
close.
getting laid. For sure.
Jamie's just like, no, I never
Come to my
thought that.
trailer.
Jamie goes, Jamie knocks on my trailer. I was rehearsing the lines, like really fucking into it.
Doing that fan shit you
Yeah, I
do.
was doing that fan shit. I had a fan in there. I paid her. And Jamie knocks on the door, and she's like, "Hey, you want to run the scene?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. That's awesome." So we run the scene twice, and she's like, "You're so good at being stoned." She goes, "I'm thinking about," and I was like, "What?"
I was such a nerd.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my
I thought it was
God,
really
such a
cool.
nerd.
I thought you were badass. I'm like, I was like, well, we could,
It's like an after-school movie.
yeah. No, you were like, we could,
This is like a
Just-
Dare commercial.
She was like, I'm thinking about, and I was like, immediately getting panicked because I started smoking pot when I was like 12 years old. Definitely like had anxiety, but didn't know it. Like really bad anxiety from smoking weed. but I would still just do it and do it and do it, and I'd always go down that fucking tunnel because like you're a kid and you're like pressuring your own self and whatever. So Jamie does it and he goes, you're good at being stoned. I've just thought like, you know, a little bit. And I'm like felt such peer pressure, and I was like, I want to be cool on Sopranos, my like, you know, the biggest show on television. I'm like, yeah, sure, just throw caution to win. So Jamie gives it to me, take 2 hits, and like I'm like feeling all right. We're rehearsing, and then I'm like, oh, I'm starting to feel something. Like, hey guys, we're ready for you. And I'm like, my brain explodes. I'm the stonest I've ever been. I'm like, Jamie, I'm freaking out. And they're like, come on, we're going. Jamie, I'm not
like,
feeling.
I'm freaking out, Jamie. I'm freaking out.
Oh,
I'm not okay, Jamie. I'm not okay.
Yes.
I was like, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure it's my coverage first. Don't worry. We get to set. And they're like, okay, we're going to start on Will.
And
Do you remember what you did?
Well, I forgot
kind
everything.
of. Okay, so literally, like,
You're
Will's
know
across
this,
from me, and they're like, action, and it's Will had the first line, and I'm sitting there like getting dressed, like we had just had sex. I'm like smoking the fake joint, and I'm looking at him, and he's going like this. And I'm like, and Tim Van Patten's like, what's going on?
Yes.
What's going on there? And you were like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I was like, we need to cut for a second. And you
so
got
nice.
up. And Tim's like, what's going on? I was like, nothing. I think he just needs a minute. Like, I'll go check. And he's like, what's happening? Is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, I think it's everything okay. You had a rough minute.
Oh, no, yes, that's exactly what happened.
It took a minute.
Started bugging out. Had to like fuck up my lines like probably 4 times.
Yes.
And I was like, Will, you're on the biggest show in the world. You gotta fucking calm down. You're freaking out. And if you do this, you're gonna fail. And everything around you is gonna crumble. Mm-hmm. And I just kept looking at Jamie like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. And then finally I remember the way I got out of it is the scene had like an arc of like us getting like angry at each other, fight. And so I was like, just fucking go for it to get the stuff out, you know? And I finally did that and we got through it. But also...
We had some scenes, man.
We had good
some
scenes.
Like really big
we
scenes.
Were,
you got out a suitcase.
Apparently somebody put us up for an Emmy, but they didn't accept the Emmy nomination. They were like, hey, these guys, we think that they deserve
it.
Those
two are annoying as fuck.
Yeah, the Academy was like, no, we don't.
Best Kiss, maybe? MTV style?
Yeah.
Well, now they do TV with the MTV Awards. Imagine if they did it
also
then.
Also super awkward, weird shit. I remember we had to kiss, and I was like, should we do tongue or no tongue? I straight up said something like, yeah, because I was like, I don't know. I want to be polite.
She's like, tongue, pussy.
No, you were like, we can just kind of, fake it. And
wow,
like,
see.
It was a lot of this, like,
oh, see, I can't do that. I can't fuck with that. I can't do like fake, because then it's all, you're like, this is so.
When you and Emily, did you guys kiss and stuff?
Well, Emily had like a long-term relationship, so it was different, but there was.
You were like, nah.
No, it just wasn't, but there was someone on the show, which we'll have on and we'll talk about with her, but our sex scenes were like, we would forget our lines. Like,
because you were fucking.
No, we're not.
No, but I'm saying you were play fucking.
Yeah.
You got into it. You had boners.
Yeah, it was like it was full on like afterwards we were both like, whoa, like, like that was kind of crazy.
He liked that one.
Yeah, he finally manned up and drank that water too.
I just love how much you were like, whoa.
Well, because
that was intense. Like, we shouldn't have done that. Maybe
because we did a rehearsal.
She was pregnant.
We did all the lines. Everything was normal, and then they were like, all right, we're gonna take one, and they were like, action. And we're making out. It was like we're having sex, and then all of a sudden they were like, lines, and we were both like,
you've just been.
We just we were into it and both spaced everything, and they're like, cut, and they're like, what happened? And we were like, I was like, who talks? Like, I had no recollection of the scene.
That's incredible.
Like, it was because you go from like hanging out with somebody for a while and you know them, and you're like, yeah, cool, to all of a sudden it's like
so
we're
surreal.
making out and we're naked, and it was like, hey, that was good, because you're. Before the scene, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about like, okay, so how long should we make out for? What should where's the camera going to be? And then all of a sudden you're making out, and it was like the Matrix. It was like, whew, like everything was gone. Yeah. And we were just making out in my bed, but I think but also I wasn't an actor. I never had any kind of training. So I didn't know like there's actor kissing.
100%. Yeah.
Like, what?
No,
I don't know what actor kissing is.
Well, it's what you did with him.
Yeah,
it's what you forced him to do.
I did it to you.
Yeah, when you shot him down and said we're gonna actor kiss.
I just instinctually knew what
No,
actor
you were
kissing
always
was.
yeah.
Jamie's like,
I think I was bugging out.
You
probably.
did finish that water.
Yeah, it's water. Am I the weird one or
quick.
they?
Jamie, you know in real life people use tongue.
Yeah. No, you know what it was? You know what it was? It was because I was wigged out that you were married. Not that I would have been different, but I was kind of like, her husband's like 50 years old, and
He was like 30.
he
but
was.
okay.
He felt like 50
Right.
to me.
He looked like he could be like the bad guy in X-Men.
100%.
Like where you're
he
like,
looks like
this
he
guy's gonna
murders
kill
people.
me.
His fingers
Yeah.
are the size of babies' wrists, and I was like, I don't.
Just 10 babies' wrists.
It's pop, pop, pop. And I was like, I don't feel comfortable doing this. And he was on set all the time.
He was?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
dude
trying
was
to get
on-
me to invest in stuff.
Oh,
Fucking
God. I'm
douche.
so sorry, guys.
He's like, I got Jamie singing for $200,000 a pop at the Borgata. I swear to God, he said that to me.
Fucking...
I wasn't sure if I was gonna marry her, and then I heard her belt out of tune.
Is he in prison now?
There's the
Is he in
prohibition,
prison?
guys. I don't know.
He did some.
He did some shit, I think.
It's cool though that you've dated like bad boys like that.
He wasn't a bad boy necessarily. I mean, I think I figured something out after a minute.
He wasn't a bad boy.
He wasn't a bad boy.
Let's just pull up a couple articles. We'll figure that out real
He's just
quick.
doing 25
At
to
the
life because he's
time.
a really
Yeah,
nice.
embezzled
At the time.
hundreds.
Oh,
At the time.
Jamie, I
Time?
could. You want me to write some things down? You'll be like, oh yeah, he was.
Okay.
He was
Okay.
trying to get us
Okay.
all to invest in stuff.
The fact that you're still protecting him is really.
I'm not
That's
trying
some Karen shit. Karen.
Do we have a therapist? Maybe a therapist
Yeah.
should come in here and.
No.
I can be the therapist.
yeah.
I'm not
What do
defending
you guys wanna
anything.
talk
I
Why
am
is she still
defending how much I knew at that time.
Of
is what
course.
I'm saying. I
Jamie was
not
innocent.
Oh,
aware.
of course.
I was not aware of
You
all
were
this.
like, this
I
is-
was also a baby.
Yes.
I did a baby.
I was a baby. I was nothing but a baby.
I bit my tongue when I said baby.
You see how mad Jamie gets when someone thinks she might have broken the law a little bit. I've admitted to like 30 crimes.
Bringing a joint into his trailer when
Yeah, but weed's
weed
legal
wasn't
now.
legal anywhere.
Racketeering isn't still.
David Chase is we're gonna get calls from David Chase after this.
It's all right.
Yeah,
But
we're seeing him tomorrow.
I understand.
We've moved on.
For real?
No, I'm just kidding.
They might bring it back.
Got a little cliffhanger.
Yeah. So here, guys, I'm actually here to tell
I would
everyone.
actually love to talk about. So Will wrote this really great.
Can you show a clip of this when in?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
so
Gabby.
Will wrote this really.
She's
great
not working too hard
sketch.
over there. She's napping.
He wrote this really great sketch idea for a show called Forever Wrong,
Yep.
right? Where Bernie,
Bernie.
he played this character Bernie, who was looked like a really old goblin type guy who was in therapy. I played his therapist.
You were amazing.
You remember you hooked me up to meet Alana Glazer, and
They loved you.
Wait, I tried so hard to be friends with them after, and then they just blew up.
Who's
but
Alana
I
Glazer
loved
for
those
people who
girls
don't
so
know?
much.
I mean,
Rob, really?
Oh,
I don't know
Broad,
who it
Broad
is.
Broad
City.
City?
Broad City.
She's
Respect
yeah.
though. Respect for not knowing that shit. Air pump. I like people like Rob who just don't give a shit about anything.
No, but now that you say who,
Yeah.
Now you know.
I care about a lot of stuff, guys.
True.
So much.
Anyway, so we shot it, and it was so great, and
So
we had
much fun.
so much fun.
Well, so people loved it, and I had a weird thing where like my manager at the time wasn't really good at just like how there's the managers who are good for acting and not for like getting the TV stuff.
I think it's called acting.
No, I'm saying for
I know.
like projects. You know
Yeah,
how
yeah,
managers like there's like they will get you on a show,
Yeah.
but they can't like get you to be whatever. This made no sense, but you know what I mean.
I gotcha.
But
People in the biz.
But we
know.
had a weird thing with Alana's producers of Broad City loved it, but then my manager had sent it to like IFC, and so when they sent, and I forgot, and then Alana's producers of Thingamajig sent it to them, and they beasted on me. They were like, "You don't in Hollywood, you don't do that."
Alana's producers did?
Yeah. Like they came at me and I'm like, yo, it was a mistake. My agent sent it to them first. Like that doesn't mean we should just like, and they ended the relationship. I was like, word. So I still love that project, but then I just saw recently on Hulu there was like a similar thing, and people have been coming out of the woodwork. Troll.
It's great. You should have done something like Troll.
We did.
And it was better.
I saw it.
And
I
those
saw
motherfuckers.
You guys did.
You did?
It was great. Yeah.
Wasn't it cute?
But that's not as Troll's not as funny.
No, there's moments in Troll that are very
Troll
good,
is a flip of what we did.
Troll is the troll is the therapist.
Actually, no, it's not the flip. It's exactly the same. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we need to describe.
We did the OG.
Can someone Google?
We did the
flip?
OG one, and Jamie was so funny, and like
we had so much fun. And you do like a lot of characters.
I love.
You haven't done them in a while.
I know. I think I got burnt out on John Scharnhorst. My you should play clip,
yeah,
Gabby.
Let's play a clip of John Scharnhorst.
The guy with the teeth and the pills.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember.
Look at him all like making himself at home. Gabby.
Gabs.
Jesus.
Can I call you Gabs?
Just like Cass. Later, Cass.
It's that chair.
It is.
It's the same exact chair you're sitting in, isn't it? Oh, it's where it is.
That's his chair.
You got kind of a Cass vibe a little.
Do,
You're like
with
the white
flannel.
Cass.
Indian?
No.
Jordanian.
Oh, sick. What was I going to say? Apparently, Jordan's Jordanian is.
He
really
just said he's sick of all these white women. Like that's what he said. It's a quote from him. He's like, I'm sick of all this white women shit. That's what Cassim said.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
He's had it up to here with white women apparently.
Yeah, that's why I sit on this side of the
table.
table.
Oh, got it. But Jamie's kind of Cuban.
Yeah.
I
Well,
am
just in
Cuban.
dating life, I mean, that's why he's going Indian matchmaker.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, he's had enough.
Is he
He'll
a
tolerate
contestant?
white women.
Yeah, he'll be around white women if it has.
So
to,
he's
if there's a
cheating the
potential
system
to make
he's
money.
Jordanian. He's not Indian.
He's Jordanian.
Well, it's up in
They're
the
like
air,
dark
really.
people, brown people.
Yeah,
It's up for debate.
I don't know, but it's just what he told me he was doing. I'll show the emails, text messages.
What?
SMS.
How's this going?
Great.
So are we rolling?
Gabby?
Are we recording?
Gabby comes out of the. She's like, "Hey guys,
Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready to start.
Well, you guys were sneaky about it. You just started, and I was just
I
like,
know. That's what we
wait, do we want more Sopranos? I mean, there's so many funny Sopranos. Oh, remember the Asian kid who another pot smoker story. I go on. We were on the beach. It was the day that I'm supposed to.
They were smoking weed on the beach.
Yes.
We smoked a lot. Meadow and Finn smoked a lot of weed.
Yeah, we were cool hip guys.
Yeah.
I leave that scene. I go, hey babe, I got a motor.
That's right.
And I was like, I was like, guys, like nobody says that. And they were like, say the fucking lines.
Yeah, I had to say some like Jersey shit that they made me say sometimes. Where it was like, I'd be like, man, that car is mint.
And you're like,
and I was like, I can't make this real. Like I'm bad enough at acting. I'm like, now you're gonna make me say something where I'm like the whole scene, everything's going on. I'm like mint, mint. Like, and then there was another one. Well, we had Emily in here, and her character's name was like Rhiannon. And when I first saw that word, like now
which is an Irish name.
Something, I don't know, but now you have Rihanna, so there's like something to compare it to. But before that, I remember going up to Terry Winter and being like, what is this word?
What is this? Who is that?
Yeah, and he's like, Rhiannon, like the Beatles song. I was like, I'm 18. Like, what are you talking about? The
Change
Beatles
her fucking name,
yeah, and
Terry.
He's like, Rhiannon, and there were like the first 3 scenes we did together. I'd be like, I just had like, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go with
Renan.
It was like, Renan. Yeah, Ronan. Yeah,
Ronan.
I couldn't do it.
It's a tough one.
Emily and I did a commercial together.
She's awesome.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's a little dog. That's pretty much all I know about her.
Yeah. Clearly
else?
doesn't watch the pod.
I didn't watch that one. Is that even out?
We're catching them in lies. Yeah,
Yep.
of course it's out.
Okay, I'll watch it tonight.
No, you won't.
Yes, I
we
will.
don't want. Hey, YouTube.
Wait, so you were here doing a movie?
Cut 'em off.
And what happened?
Here doing a movie, and then somebody had a COVID positive test, and so they had to shut
What
it
was
down.
the movie? You wrote it?
It's a movie. I co-wrote the story. My friend Aaron wrote it, and his partner Cheryl is directing it. It is about a couple who lives in like Silver Lake. They're having a baby. They're working with a doula and a midwife, and one day this old sort of soothsaying doula who's like of, ambiguous ethnic origin, but she's like seems like she's from somewhere in like, I don't know, and she dies while they're doing preparation, like with the baby, like breathing exercises, and she passes away, and they're super distraught because she's like she's the girl you go to, the woman you go to. She's in her probably 70s or 80s. She has a heart attack. And at the funeral, they meet this guy who is like a protege of Penka, the doula's name. And he's like, hey, I could help you. I'm a doula. I could do this for you. And they're like, kind of like, you're a dude, and like we haven't heard a lot of dude doulas, but like, and they take a shot on him, and the guy like kind of systematically like sort of destroys their lives. And like, you know, it's kind of like the Cable Guy, but like more, you know what I mean? Like you, like when you let in like a demon into your house, it's really funny and it's not Cable Guy big humor. It's like more subtle than that.
I was thinking like Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Yeah.
Like that's
100%. Yeah.
What's that?
Come on, Jamie.
Is that a fancy movie?
Just kidding. It was just a movie.
No, like a cool new hip movie.
What's that guy's name? Colin
Farrell.
And the one from The Undoing, the woman.
You don't
Nicole
even know
Kidman?
Nicole Kidman.
That woman.
If you
she's
said
done several projects.
If you said one of her names, I would have like it's the first or last.
Nicole.
I could have got the other one.
Yeah,
Nicole
kids.
Kidman. I would have got Kidman. Yeah.
What do you think about all the plastic surgery she's been doing?
Listen, whatever floats your boat.
She looks great.
Whatever
she
you
does
gotta,
look great.
Whatever you
She
gotta
still
do.
looks human. No.
In The Undoing, did you watch it?
I did.
I liked
Loved
it.
I liked it too.
Oh,
the ending though.
Agree.
Come on.
Really? See, I liked it.
Oh, the
You're like,
whole
just please,
time-
where's that running across the bridge scene?
We have to give Cutter a show like Mystery Science Theater 3000 because his commentary on things, literally every time he'd be like, oh, her coats are terrible. Oh, great, another coat. Another fucking long coat. Who wears coats like this, Jamie? What is this coat? The whole time in The Undoing.
He needs his own show.
Do you remember her coats? Like she had
Vaguely.
like a yellow
She
coat,
had weird sweaters and
a
shit.
red coat.
Yeah.
Cutter hated the coats.
She was a red coat.
But like,
What
I was
did
like,
you
what the
guys?
fuck are
Who did
talking
you
about
guys
coats
think
for?
did it?
I always thought he did it.
Well, spoiler alert, guys. Oh no, we won't even say. We won't say who did it.
Yeah, I always thought he did it. I thought he was gonna maybe ask that the kid covered for him though.
Which is.
But he did it.
This is hard.
Yeah, it's hard to not. I don't know.
Okay. So you thought he did it.
I always
You
thought
thought-
he did it.
I don't know. Spoiler alert.
I started to think she did it.
Oh really?
They red herring that
I thought she went there. I thought she went and hooked up with her that night.
sexually.
Yeah. I don't know if she did it. I thought she hooked up with her and then left.
At one point, I thought Sutherland did it.
Me too.
Yeah, that's what Cutter
We
thought.
also, at case in point, they did a good job. We all thought everyone.
Well, I know. I never really thought it was
Never thought the
Nicole
kid did it.
Kidman. Only when they ended that episode in that way. If you guys know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yes.
Where he
Yes.
went
You're
and
welcome.
looked into the window.
No. When she opened up the thing and was like,
Yeah.
spoiler alert. Sorry, guys. You're
They'll
done.
be so confused. They
You
won't know.
watched it by now. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Well,
True.
it's only been out for how
Undoing.
long?
What are you undoing?
What else do you guys want to know? What can we talk about? That's really funny.
What else do you have going on? You got married.
Got married, have a dog.
What else can we talk about that's really funny? You just give and give.
Hey, do you guys want to? I'm like,
I really
Smoke a
don't think I
doobie?
did this though.
you didn't do that, but you definitely pulled it out more casual. You probably went. You probably did this.
By the way, for those just listening, it's the like mom marijuana
Yeah,
sign.
it is
for,
mom
like,
marijuana.
which now is like white power somehow.
Oh,
also,
God.
right?
Yes.
How is that? Clip that. how did that?
I
become
always
a
thought
thing?
this was when you put your finger through, you get punched in the arm if you don't.
I thought it was
If
in the
you see it.
NBA. You hit a three, boom.
That's it.
How can you do it? That's like being like, oh, thumbs up means you're a Nazi. You can't do that. You can't just steal
these
regular
people,
things.
These people.
Oh man.
But if you're watching this, yeah.
Well, I probably felt real cool that I was.
I thought you were badass. By the way, when you were like,
Sweet.
I got this, I was like,
I definitely didn't do that
you
either.
didn't do it
I
like
got
I'm doing, but
this.
you probably went like this, like. I've got
She originated the whole white power
See
thing.
how much it's changing?
Yeah. Everything. He would fold.
Oh,
You could get
one
him.
of the
Oh,
other
my
funny
God.
one of the other funny things is
Was there any time where you were like, I think Jamie's into me?
wow, that's an interesting question.
Boom.
There were
we always had a very giggly
yeah.
relationship.
There was
like,
times actually where I was, to get real, where I was like, wow, Jamie's such a fucking cool person. But it wasn't, I wasn't like,
Will just got real.
I'm getting real. No, I was like, definitely thought she was beautiful. And
put
and
an alert. Real
Yeah, this
alert.
is-
Real
yeah.
alert.
I
Will's
started
getting real.
crying. I definitely thought she was really pretty and beautiful and sweet. And but I also was like, very cognizant that like we're working together and like, she's married.
Right.
But,
was
oh,
she
you
married
said-
the whole time?
No.
You said, was she into me? There was like maybe one moment.
Yeah, I could sense, yeah.
I could sense it.
I could say, man.
There was one moment maybe where
when that girl fell on the table.
But also Jamie, yeah.
Your eyes
But
met?
Jamie is a type of like. I was like, oh,
that's
maybe
probably not good for audio. Just.
I was like, maybe that's just how Jamie is.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't, and I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to like sussing those things out or like asking people.
I'm a flirty person.
Yeah.
Like my just personality is flirty because I just love people.
And I think I knew that, and I was like, she doesn't like me.
Which is interesting because it's the only girl I've ever known for more than like 10 years where there was never a moment where I was like, is there some kind of like...
Was this just a way of you figuring out the question that you asked me?
No.
Okay.
I was just...
You were also how much younger than...
4 years younger.
4 years, but not instant. Like when I was 22, she's 26. It wasn't like, listen, I was banging fucking 30-year-olds, all right, bro?
Jamie and I have the... You're a Gemini. No, you're a Taurus.
Taurus.
I knew that. You came back once from your like birthday was on set, and I was like, "That's cool."
It was
birthday on set.
I don't ever remember having a birthday on a Sopranos set.
Fire! I'm coming with fire.
I never had my birthday.
Okay,
on
I just
a
made that up.
Set. You made that up.
I made that up
because I remember feeling like, oh, I never had my birthday at work. This whole time.
I do remember when
Are those Levi's?
They're Wrangler.
Wow.
And they're rather tight in my. I've been doing like leg exercises, so they're like kind of tight in my like thighs, and it feels weird.
What have you been doing? Just squatting all around town?
I've been running a lot.
Oh.
I've been doing a lot of laps. I've been kettlebell. I think the kettlebell makes you thicker.
My brother got me one for Christmas. Shout out to Michael.
Kettlebell?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll help you do it.
I don't need your help.
Okay.
I was sitting at home, and
oh, this is good. This is gonna get good.
Well, you always know, like, first of all, they never like knock on your door when there's packages where I live. Like the guy's the same guy every day, so he just puts them there, and you get, especially with COVID, whatever. And I heard like footsteps by my door, and then I heard boom, and I was
super fucking heavy.
And then I heard like 6 angry knocks on my door, and I was like, I thought there was beef. I have a sword. Went for the sword.
Where are you?
Did
when
you
this
get
is
it
happening?
in COVID? Remember Cutter was ordering like, a tomahawk?
Full on. Yeah, I didn't have a sword before COVID.
What's a tomahawk?
You know what a tomahawk
is?
Okay.
Yeah. No code words here, bro.
Sorry.
Tomahawk. And I had a real sword.
Being straight up, it's a tomahawk.
And then I go outside. And by the way, when you hear a boom like that and you go outside and the package is this big, you're like...
Yeah.
You think something crazy is going on. And you know, with COVID, your brain is just like going on. I'm like, what is this? And I go and I pick it up, and my brother sent me a kettlebell for Christmas.
Some dude, they were so hard to find in COVID. I tried to get them. They were like $800 for one.
I remember my dad called me. He's like, can you order me bands and exercise bands and things? I can't go to the gym. And like everything was like May.
That's the dad thing.
Yeah.
That's the dad thing.
is.
My dad did the same shit. I got
Really?
bands. He's like, I'm like, what are you doing for exercise? Like, I got bands. Got some bands. I was like, okay. He hasn't used them yet.
You know what I remember? Because
What?
like me and Jamie always hung out on set, and then there would be some people where it was like they would come around and it was like, oh, we know they're instantly in our thing, and you were like full, like it was like there's like as soon as we saw each other, we're like, oh hey, we'll just go into one room and like, and we were sitting in a trailer, and it was one of those days where we had like 4 hours to wait, and I remember we were talking about how we should write a skit.
Yes, when we were shooting the wedding.
Oh really? I
Long
thought it was at
Island.
Silver Cup.
Oh, I thought it was when we came, or maybe we came up with the idea then.
Oh my God, I do remember. Okay, I'm getting closer
I
to remember.
got wasted the night of that wedding. Do you remember that?
Yes, with Katie.
I was going to tell that story.
I got hammered.
Did I ever tell you? Jamie wasn't. Jamie didn't.
I didn't go out with you guys.
You didn't go out. No, it went like this. We all went out.
Wait, hold on. Let me.
Sorry.
What was it talking about?
The story.
Sorry.
Letting us
the
skit.
The skit.
So we're sitting around and we're like, what should we do? Like we knew we had like 4 hours. Ginger's like, you guys they won't need you till after lunch. We're like, fuck. So we're sitting and we're making jokes. And I remember, Behind the Music was big at the time, like VH1 Behind the Music.
Yes.
Was it Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, we should do VH1 Behind the Music of Sesame Street.
So
And
dope.
just because I had the one idea of like, so here's the scene was it's like there was, you know, when what's Snuffleupagus, right? When Snuffleupagus got originally to set, like he was this happy-go-lucky guy, and then there was like you would always in Behind the Music sometimes people wouldn't want their faces to be shown, so it was like dark, and they would just be their voice, like their robot voice.
Yes.
So I remember it's like there's a robot voice and you hear like, yeah, he would come to set doing this and this. But when the shot was, it was the dark, but you saw Big Bird's outline.
Yeah.
That it was him like giving a thing. And we were laughing so hard.
We had so much fun doing that.
And you're like, when Oscar the Grouch comes out of the garbage can, there's like needles and like all this stuff. And you're like, yeah, we had to clean up his head and just like all this crazy shit. And we were laughing so hard.
Do you think we wouldn't have had this much fun if iPhones were around? I don't think.
No.
I know we wouldn't have. That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
That's why they suck, man.
And also, you couldn't get the answer. Right. Like, there was no like, Google that. We would just make things up.
Watch the video. You'd be like, no, they already have that.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like, I think people who are younger now can't tell stories like people people come back from vacation and they're
that's
like,
that's a really good point.
You know, it's just like, here, look. And then you're like, well, I don't want to see it I don't want to see pictures of the place. I want to hear what and they're like, oh, look at this video. It's like, no, I want to hear stories.
And you were always a great storyteller.
Yeah.
Like, Rob's like really, I also call you Robert. I don't know why, but
Robert, whatever you want. It's all, people call me Robert too.
Okay. But Rob was like a really good storyteller.
Robert, please.
You were, Robert. Gabby. Jamie is too in her own way, and I am too. Like,
I don't remember anything, very rarely.
I'm the guy who like always
sometimes
I forget the punchline a lot. We're just like, I'll be really good, and then I'm just like, and yeah, I don't know, I forgot it.
Yes.
And they're like right on the edge of their seat. I did this thing because of my success on The Sopranos. I was asked to present some award or something at like a because they knew I was coming down to a film festival. Mm-hmm. It was in Palm Beach International Film Festival.
Big one.
And they were like, do you want to present something? And they were like, Benji will be right after you, and literally the dog was there. And I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, sure. Can I improv? And they were like, well, there's a teleprompter in it. It has everything you need to.
So bold of you. Who are you?
Yeah, problematic though.
Jim taught him.
Yeah, Jim taught me.
Don't be a fan.
Go big or go home.
So there's like a teleprompter, and in rehearsals I was like kind of riffing, and it was funny, and their dialogue was really lame and hard to say, and I was like, I'm gonna do my own thing. Like 7 drinks into the night, they're like, hey, next presenter Will Janowitz of The Sopranos is up, and and so I come out on stage and I look at the teleprompter and I'm like, fuck it, and I'm like, start making jokes about the dog that was just out, and I'm like, I bet. What do you think about the dog? You think he was happy with his prize? I don't think so. And like, people were kind of laughing, and then I lost all track of. I like didn't know where I was, didn't know what I was doing. I was like, go back to the monitor. Monitor's halfway through where my speech was supposed to be, and I'm like, so. The book was based on a story. I fucking literally, people are like, what the fuck? I go outside because I'm like really embarrassed, still drunk, smoking a cigarette. Tommy Davis from In Living Color.
Yes, I know who that is.
Is there. He's like really weird, but awesome. Mm-hmm. And he comes up and he's like, hey man, that was incredible. It was like you were doing really well, and then a tomahawk hit you in the neck, and you were like, Foop! And it was like, but it was really funny. I'm like, where am I? He leaves. He's like, but seriously, keep it up, man. And then Faye Dunaway.
A tomahawk hit you in the neck.
No, he literally was like, it was
now
like
you know what a tomahawk is.
I know. He was like, a hatchet hit you in the neck, and you were like, thump, and you were done. And then I looked to my right, and Faye Dunaway's coming down the. It was in Miami, in a like really pretty hotel with like palm trees, and she's coming down. She had just gone to get a drink or something. She's coming down. And she goes, honey, that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Keep it up. And I'm like, what? So I felt redeemed, but it was like,
so
what
good.
the fuck? I wish you guys were there. You would have loved it.
Man, someone give this guy a show.
Yeah. Thank you. That's what I'm playing. That's why I wanted to come on. I just only want my own show.
Yes.
Great.
You need it.
Oh, but you just, it's not even a plug. No, but I'm doing, you asked what I was up to.
Tell us.
Gabby.
Yeah.
He started getting.
She held up the sign.
Yeah, he got a little bit.
Well, that's all we have the time for.
No, tell us what you have going on, what you want to promote.
No, I don't want to promote anything.
Why not?
No, please, we want you to.
I just wanted to come here. I don't have anything currently to promote other than. Did you guys see Uncut Gems?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like it?
He loved it.
Cool.
Joey Diaz ruined the ending for me, so I didn't see it.
Joey Diaz?
Yeah, and then I was like, I don't want to see
They said he...
It's still a great movie.
Yeah.
Is that him on your shirt?
Yeah. My friends made it, and they have a TV deal now, and I pitched them a show.
And you have nothing going on.
And I have nothing going on. And so I said, can I have something of yours?
Right.
So
you guys made this.
First, I asked for money.
Right.
And no, and
They gave you a shirt.
They gave me a shirt. No, they had like a library of all these films they had access to, one of which was Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I was like, that'd be a dope show, like Set It Now, and like maybe political, factional politics are involved, etc. But so, long story short, they couldn't get the rights. They didn't actually, this matcha has me flying. I really does.
He said when we first walked in, he's like, I shouldn't drink caffeine. I just drank caffeine.
I shouldn't, because I have acid reflux and it brings it up.
You're just no more noises.
You're such a sensitive.
I am a sensitive boy. Anyway, so yeah, we're doing a cool show now that is sort of like sci-fi adjacent that I'm writing with my friend Alex Delisle, who's on she writes on Fear the Walking Dead, and she's incredible. And
Alex.
You know Alex,
of course.
Yeah, so I'm really excited.
Awesome.
But that's all the time we have for today. So
she's friends with Lana Glacier.
Yeah,
Alex
Glacier.
Of course.
She's friends with Lana Glacier.
And Abby's doing League of Their Own, right?
You need to be on that show.
I can't, but I cannot wait to watch that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I just think it's gonna be, and she's so perfect for it.
She really is.
I'm like, your personality.
Well, I think she's a
creator, right?
Yes, co-creator. I think she's a huge fan of Rosie O'Donnell. By the way, Rosie O'Donnell's fucking
hot.
Rosie O'Donnell's stand-up comedy is so fire and good.
Lately?
No, like 20 years ago, she did an HBO special that somehow I didn't see.
I'm a huge Rosie fan.
Please watch it. If you haven't seen it, it's the HBO special.
I'm
Shout
sure
out to Rosie O'Donnell. By the way,
I love Rosie. Rosie
knows who we are.
Rosie.
I have beef with her.
You do?
Mm-hmm. But why? She knows who we are. Why?
She knows who we are because I walked into. We both were at.
She loves Sopranos.
Yes, and I walked into a. This is why I like her, because like I like.
She said hi to you.
Yes.
You're so easy.
No,
to
she
read.
did one of these. You know who also.
You're like James Gandolfini said to me. Can you explain this to me? She's like this moron.
Richard Kind from remember? You know Richard. He
makes the bars.
No, Richard Kind Bar. His last name is Kind Bar. Comedian from.
Comedy.
Getting Cars with Coffee.
Yes. No, from Larry David.
Getting Cars with Coffee.
He plays Larry David's.
We are losing it past 60 minutes. We are literally. Okay.
Guys, thank you for having me on.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Rosie O'Donnell, we got a beef.
Rosie, I'm going to do my Christopher Walken.
We got a beef with Rosie.
She's like, look at you, Finn Detrolio. Hire me. Somebody.
She said Finn Detrolio. Your friends
No. I walk into some fancy thing. It was for like Orange is the New Black. And she's like, whoa, hey, yeah, you. I know you. And I was just like, I know you too. And I felt cool.
I hope one day I've got the swag and confidence to just have somebody walk in and be like, I know you. Like,
you want to do that to somebody else?
I want to do that to somebody. I want to feel so sure of myself that I'm like,
I know
you.
But we're getting to that age where I think you can do that kind of shit. I know, me too. But Richard Kind, I was on the street and he goes, I know you. I know you. And I was like, I know you too. We live in the same neighborhood.
It's a great story.
I know.
Yeah. You have any more of those? Because we have nothing but time.
We started off really well. You're going to have to clean these.
You did not disappoint.
Wait, I want to say my beef with Rosie.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you weren't going to say it.
I want to throw down the... kidding me? That would be so on Pajama Pants of me.
times we disagree.
Does it involve gambling?
Oh, you think I shouldn't say it?
No, I love Rosie.
I'm saying it.
Does it involve gambling?
She's a gambler?
I thought it might be like a gambling thing.
Is Rosie O'Donnell?
Does Rosie O'Donnell want to gamble?
Rosie O'Donnell want to play some cards?
What do you play, Texas Hold'em? What do you want to
do?
Every time he starts talking like that, you got to put like a hat and like a little cigar coming out of his mouth.
So I did Saturday Night Live. This is before Sopranos. Yeah, I did shit. Before Sopranos, I did Saturday Night Live. Rosie O'Donnell was the host. And there was a bunch of kids in a scene. Actually,
are you 200 pounds at this point?
Right here. No, I'm probably about $180.
Okay.
And I said to, she came over to all the kids and she goes, hey, everyone, write your names down on these cards, and then we're going to mail you, we're going to send you tickets to the Rosie O'Donnell show, like to my show, because the holding area was in her studio. You got somewhere to be?
No.
The holding area was in her studio. And we're like, we're all like, wow, that's so cool.
She has her own talk show at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're like, we're all going to go to the Rosie O'Donnell show. And an illegal gambling ring. But I was too young for that. So she's like, come to the show, you know? I'm like, sure. And just never sent.
And as a kid, you're like, you fucking bitch, you lied to me.
Yeah, and it was like, there was like
Can
12.
I say bitch? Is that?
12.
Okay.
Hey, listen, it's your career, bud. There's 12 little kids. And they came over to us and was like, hey, you know, you should be, like, you should come and there's, like, put your names down. And we're all so excited. Like, oh, my God, we're going to go to a live taping of the show. Not a peep.
No, that's not cool.
That's not
Never
her
heard
fault.
anything.
And you know what?
Rosie.
I bet because she's a real big kid person.
She loves kids.
You could take her down. She too'd. She could be she too'd.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about. I'm not so sure about it.
I had a similar thing. Remember the little Penny doll that for the commercials with Spike Lee? Penny Hardaway?
Oh, of course.
And he was like, I'm little Penny.
Yeah.
I worked on a commercial with the guy who created that whole commercial thing, the whole ad campaign. And I said to him, I was like, dude, I loved Little Penny. I thought that was such a funny thing. And he's
LP.
like, he goes, LP, he goes, you loved it. He goes, I got one of those little dolls in my office. It's yours. My assistant will send it to you. Never came.
God. He uses that line all the time.
Yep. I'm the little Penny guy. He also did Space Jam the movie.
Wow. Shout out Space Jam 2 coming out on HBO Max. They give us nothing. Thank you, Will.
Thank you, guys.
You're the
I
best.
love you.
Miss you so much.
Yeah.
This was so fun.
Well, don't move to Texas, but I can still see you in Texas.
Everywhere. I'm everywhere.
Are you going to move to Texas because she does?
I might.
Maybe.
Yeah, we want to, this is the only thing I got going on in my life, so.
I'll just follow Jamie around. It's all good.
That's all. Just waiting to hear what she does.
Him and his kettlebell.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.